5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and take off. Good evening. Today is September 6th, 2022, Tuesday. Hope you guys had a great holiday, a great weekend. But let's talk some stocks. So today I thought I'd start with SQQQ. You guys, if you're not familiar with SQQQ, it is a actual ETF that focuses on the NASDAQ 100 index. And what it does the inverse. So basically, if stocks are going down, like you see here on SPX, SQQQ will go up. It's actually an ETF you can buy. You can buy options, you can buy shares, and trade them. Okay. So let's go through what SQQQ is doing and what is the rest of the stock market doing. So very funny day today. We thought we'd see a bounce. We saw a small bounce, and then the stock started going down. So it looks like we are potentially still in a downtrend. We're not going to see the jump that we thought we would see. So let's get into SQQQ first. All right, so SQQQ is now officially above the EMA 50, which is a good sign, but it's doing some interesting things here. Let's move over to the 5-minute and I'll show you. So right off the bat, SQQQ jumped up because the market went down, and then the market started going up. So SQQQ started going down, but you see here on the 50 and the 5 crossing, right? We had some good opportunities to get into this. If your trades are not going the way you want them to go, this is a good ETF to trade. Okay, not hard to detect. The market is doing one thing, this will do the other thing. Okay, it's going up, this will go down. Market's going down, this will go up. And you can see here, right, there were some pretty good entry points in here, so keep an eye out on this ETF. Let me go over to SPX, and I want to show you guys something. We'll do a little activity. So on the daily, I want to show you guys something new here. So on the daily, last week, we said it had support. And we can see now that it started to break support in here. Okay, so it broke the trend and it came down. So I think that that's not a mistake. I think that's going to continue. Now, one thing I noticed when I was studying charts today, because the whole world in trading was going wacky. So let's go over to the weekly, and I want to show you guys something. And this will be a nice activity for you to learn. And you keep an eye out on the daily, and you keep an eye out on the 4-hour, even the hourly, and you can start detecting what I'm about to show you. I'm going to draw something out here for you guys and teach you something new. You can recognize these patterns on different time frames. I went over to the weekly and I noticed that something was going on here. So let me draw this out for you and show you what I'm looking at. And so this here, okay, is what the trading world calls a inverted cup and handle. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, this is a bearish sign. You can see that I'm drawing out the handle here, okay? And you can see that we already are popping out of the handle. And I'm going to show you where the stock will go, okay? We measure the handle first at the bottom, right where it started. And at the very first breakout, okay, we put our measurement here. Looks like we're going to be around, let me see this. maybe 38.30, 38.25. So the next measurement I'll take is from the top wick to the neckline, okay, of the trade. And we can put that at the same spot. Okay, and we're looking around the 3,000 area. So what we want to do next is, if you're charting, you learn how to chart, you want to mark your areas and say, okay, I think this is going to be the measured move. Here's my target, 38.25 area, 38.30 is playing with me. And again, the next one we said, once we measure, we're looking at about 3,000. Okay, I'll just leave it here for now. And you can see, based off the cup and handle, this stock looks like it might be going down more, but we'll see. We'll see what'll happen. As a matter of fact, a lot of the stocks are doing the same thing. If we go over to the weekly on SPY, if you kind of memorize this visual here, okay, you see SPY is doing the same thing, okay. So more to come. I think that we have time, and everybody thinks this is going to be a 2-year deal, 24 months, 36 months, maybe 3 years. So just keep an eye on that. When we have a bear market, it takes a while, at least 2 years. So we're going to see the choppiness continue. We're going to see stocks go where you don't expect it. Okay. I'm going to switch over to the daily here, and I want to show you Vixx. So Vixx tried to rally today at some point. So far, it's doing everything we thought it was going to do. So we bounced off of here, and our measured move is going to take us up here to 30. We're almost there. Okay, we got up to 27, almost 28 today. We do have some resistance here, so I have that resistance line. So right now, officially for me, Vixx is in what I call, and many others too, a bearish rectangle. Okay. So what does that mean? That means it could fall again. Okay. So it's got some resistance there. Or you can look at it as a bullish rectangle and say, hey, you know what's in here? Then it's going to take off, or it's going to come back down. Okay. So we'll see what happens. You know, people right now think that everything is great. It's not. But it's going to take a while. So don't lose hope. But I've got some advice for you on how to enter your trades. Okay. And here's my advice: paper trade it. Don't use your money right now. Okay. If you haven't paper traded 100 trades, okay, it's going to be a painful experience for you. So learn how to paper trade first, because you will build the habit, and it will be easier for you to go in and out without worrying about losing money. Okay. So today we had Tesla. Tesla did an amazing job. It actually ended up positive for the day. It was up 1.56% for a little over $4 versus Apple that fell. And we see Apple is doing what we said it was going to do. It's in the gap. Okay. And what do I mean by the gap? So we have our volume profile, and we recognized a gap the other day. Okay. And we see some support here around 146, 145 area. But for now, it's actually in the gap and it's filling it. So I expect a little bit more downside from Apple. But again, we'll keep watching it. So far, it's doing what I thought it was going to do. Same thing with Amazon. So Amazon, we have our ascending wedge on the daily. We fell. But before we fell, we actually had a bear flag. Oops. And then now, same thing. We have our gap that we're filling due to our volume profile having a big hole there. So we'll see some support if needed around the 123 area, 122. So keep an eye out on Amazon. If you're playing Amazon, know that it's in a downtrend and it's going to continue for a little bit there. Okay. And Amazon on the weekly, I'm curious here. Oh. Interesting on the weekly. We potentially have, and I noticed this earlier, so I'm going to draw this out just so you have it in the back of your mind. But potentially you have cup and handle the weekly. Now, what does that mean? I just showed you an inverse cup and handle. Inverse is bearish, means that the stock will go down. Okay. This is bullish. Look at that. Okay. So keep an eye on your stocks on the weekly, the monthly. One of the things I always say is charts don't lie. Do your homework. Make sure you stay in front of this, because if this is additional income and it's going to replace what I call plan A, which is your daytime job, make sure you do this daily, at night, in the morning, on the weekend. So potentially we have a cup and handle. What's the measured move? What can we expect if this plays out? This is target 2, not target 1. Once we pull out 179, but for the meantime, we'll do target 1 measurement, which would be here. So if it broke out somewhere in here, okay, we're looking at going back to 139. But if this really played out on the weekly, we could see 170 and above for Amazon. Okay, so play with this. Watch a lot of videos on cup and handles, and you'll understand how to recognize these earlier. Okay, so Microsoft had a very bad day. Weekly, they're still doing bad, but they're looking like they potentially can have a cup and handle going on. Google still, even on the weekly, right? It's on this bearish rectangle. Something's going on with Google. We're not getting a lot of bounce off of it, but that's okay. These are tough times right now. So we're in a bear market. A lot of stuff going on with the economy. Another thing I noticed with QQQ, and I started drawing it out. Okay, we have another inverse cup and handle here. So we can see nice drop from QQQ. So be careful. And any trade you're playing, make sure you're understanding where is it going. Good place to go check stuff out is stocktwits.com. You'll find a lot of ideas there. TradingView as well. Go into the idea section. You will see some of the ideas I'm posting in there and other folks, and you can learn what your stock is doing versus waking up each day and potentially walking into a wall and get blindsided. Okay. All right. So for now, this is it. So it's going to be wishy-washy because these things are developing at the weekly level. So it's going to take us a few days. I suspect the market is not going to bounce yet. If we do see a bounce, it won't be too big. So make sure you keep an eye on the candles for the weekly. Okay. And last but not least, Melly. Okay. My Melly on the daily is still doing what I expected it to do. Okay. Why am I looking at Melly so close? Because I think Melly is going to have a nice drop. About there. If it breaks that, then it goes even further. Okay. But for right now, here's where I have Melly. And as long as I see it following this trend, I'm going to keep shorting it. So this is on the daily. So if you want to learn how to do this, click on the like button, click on subscribe. I'm going to leave you a link and I will train you how to do this daily. You can ask any questions in my private Telegram group and I will help you out and I will teach you and I will post up videos in the group so that you can learn more and more on how to detect where the market is going. Okay. So I hope this helps you, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And I'm wishing you guys a very, very green day tomorrow. Remember, if you're confused, you don't understand, paper trade it. Don't use your money. All right, one more thing. If you want to learn more trade ideas and want to know what's going on because you haven't joined the Telegram group, feel free to come over to stocktwits.com. Look me up under Coach Avalos, okay? And check out my posts, and you'll be able to see what's going on during the day, give you a little idea. If not, just come over to bullringtrading.com, okay? All you have to do is come in here to bullringtrading.com, and up here in the contact us area, click on it, and then click on the email, enter your email, and then I will send you trade ideas. I will send you specials. If you want to learn more, again, go to bullringtrading.com. All right, guys, appreciate you. I thought I'd give you a little insight there so you can see some posts in case you're still not in the group.